And today we actually got this mod called Distant Horizons, which basically lets you kind of have unlimited rendering space. And should we put this on hardcore? You know, we'll have a nice easy start. Yeah, it's called Forged the mod, which is like Distant Horizons, so you get like unlimited rendering. So rest in peace to my PC. But the shaders didn't work, so I have to figure that one out so I can get the clouds looking like really realistic and everything just looks cool. I need to change the buttons as well because I don't run with control. I usually run with shift if I do play on PC. So, yeah. But anyway, enough dilly-dallying. We're going to talk about today's topic, which is to stop trying to be a lone wolf. And I get it because I used to I think isolation is a really good thing to do to kind of get you closer to yourself and understand yourself better. But there's a limit to that, and that limit can be very addictive because you can just blank out the world and nothing will really kind of matter in a sense, but it shouldn't be like that because you're human. You kind of have to talk to people and stuff like that, innit? Otherwise, you're just going to end up kind of lonely, and then because you've got no one to spread your wisdom or spread your whatever, you're going to end up suffering as a result of that. Now, loneliness is on the rise, and it's not a great thing. Also, this is a nice biome. There's lots of animals here. How do I place things? Right click. Yo, this guy does not die, does he? My sensitivity is way too high as well. He doesn't see nothing. But yeah, it's not great to isolate yourself too much, man. There's a limit, and I think when you sort of decide that there's enough growth that's been made, you can kind of bring that back into the real world, the external world, and benefit your people around you, yourself, how you function in social settings, understanding other people, just a bunch of other things really. You know, like that kind of solitude, it's gotta be spread to the world because someone else might have been going through what you went through. And grinding as a lone wolf all the time, I don't think it's too healthy, man. I don't think people talk about it enough. And it's really easy to kind of get warped up by your own kind of ambition, power, goals, whatever it may be. And then it's like, next thing you know, you've done all of this effort to kind of grow as an individual, but it's all for what? Yeah, you get a lot of peace, serenity. I don't know how you pronounce it. But it's just not a nice feeling, man. And I think that's also why partially I kind of made this channel as well, because, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like this now. This is like a few years ago, but I think I've come to realize that spending that much time alone is good in one way, but you need balance within that. Otherwise, again, you might start getting a little bit on the crazy side too. Just a little bit. That's not good. So don't get too warped up by the grind and all those kind of things. How are you recovering? How are you working? Are you finding creative solutions to your existing problems? And that's one thing I've actually realized. It's completely not about how hard you work. It's about how creative you are with your work. Because if you can manage to do things with more efficiency, then your output is just going to be way better in whatever it is that you do. So don't punish yourself too much on that. Definitely don't punish yourself too much. And as a lone wolf, you might just think that, because all that's going on in your brain is just, yo, hey, this man's fast. All that might be going through your mind is that, oh, I need to achieve this, I need to achieve this, I need to do this, I need to do this. But take a step back, plan things out, and even plan it with like a time frame maybe, because if you can have like an estimated kind of timeline of what it is you want, you can definitely still achieve it in that timeline. And then at that point, you just have to trust yourself. Because sometimes when you work too hard as well, it's usually because you don't trust yourself and you don't trust the process that you're in. So take slow steps, but how do I phrase this? It's like if you kind of, let's say, for example, we'll compare it to firing a gun. Are you gonna spray all your bullets all at once, or do you want to take like one or two shots and make sure they're the accurate ones, right? Same thing with whatever goals you have and things like that. So being a lone wolf, it's cool, but it's also not cool because you're probably really skilled at one thing. You have strengths, you have weaknesses, just like everyone else. So if you can utilize your talents and then find someone who's strong in your weaknesses, then that's even better. But guess how you do that? Not being a lone wolf, by networking, by making new friends, by kind of seeking that talent in a sense, I guess. But because your pride and your ego kind of got in the way, you start to think, oh, I can do everything by myself. And it shouldn't be like that because we all have our part to play in society. And sometimes leveraging other people and their help isn't necessarily a bad thing, especially if you help them with their weaknesses and things like that too, because they will also have things. So it's like, now you're working together with other people. Now that coupled up with like being creative with how you want to deliver the results you want to deliver, then it's like, wow, that's a recipe for literally success and like how you can achieve things like 5 times faster. Yeah, I kind of am yapping right now, trying to deliver the point, but I hope you guys understand what I meant by that. That's a weird looking mountain. But yeah, look how cool the rendering distance is though. It's far. The settings actually. I think this is it, whatever this all means. CPU, all that stuff. I just like to play the game. So one thing I'd also I'd say as well is if you do want to kind of be that kind of lone wolf, that sort of person or character and whatnot, be that noble person. But don't think that you have to take on every single thing in life, because it doesn't need to be like that. It's kind of unnecessary for you to even kind of pursue that by itself. But like I said, solitude is very, very healing. It's not only very healing, but it's also very powerful, because the amount of insight you can get and the amount of, I guess you could say, like the learning experience is just unmatched. Because also sometimes you might get some things from yourself that you might not get from others, especially when you nurture your inner world. But be careful with that, because it's like the abyss, right? That famous quote where it says, if you look into the abyss stares back at you. But the abyss can be very healing. If you go into it, you can restore, rejuvenate, replenish, come back out into the real world, out of the abyss, into the light, and, you know, experience the entire world. So that's my take on being a lone wolf, and how it kind of can be good, but taken too far can be bad. Appreciate you guys for watching. We're going to make this video a little bit short because it's the first episode. Still getting used to things. And yeah, stay blessed and have a great day.